This morning, explosive insinuations against Tiger Woods from his ex-girlfriend, Erica Herman. In a new lawsuit, Herman, who began dating Woods in 2017, asked to be released from her non-disclosure agreement with him. She claims their NDA is unenforceable and should be nullified, citing the Speak Out Act, a federal law protecting victims of sexual harassment and assault. Herman sued asked the court to void the NDA so she can share her own experiences, photographs, and recordings of herself related to various legal claims she believes she has. This comes after Herman filed a $30 million civil suit against Woods' Trust in October, alleging after they broke up, he locked her out of his Florida mansion where she'd been living, claiming by trickery his agents convinced her to pack her suitcase for a short vacation, and when she arrived at the airport, they told her she'd been locked out of her residence. The suit alleges this was a violation of an oral tenancy agreement between them that allowed her to live at Woods' home for 11 years. In court documents, Woods fired back, alleging their tenancy agreement was only good for less than a year. We reached out to Woods and Herman for comment, but haven't heard back. Herman was a former manager at Woods' restaurant in Jupiter, Florida. Over their nearly 6-year relationship, she's been by his side at golf tournaments, embracing his children, and appearing in photos with his family.
The driver of this vehicle identified as Tiger Woods.
After Woods' horrific car crash in 2021, she visited him in the hospital. Just last spring, Woods mentioned her in his speech at the Golf Hall of Fame Awards.
I just want to say thank you to my mom, Sam, Erica, Charlie.
Woods' personal life has long been under scrutiny. In 2010, his wife and mother of his 2 kids, Elin Nordegren, filed for divorce after Woods entered rehab for sex addiction. He apologized to his family upon his release.
I thought I could get away with whatever I wanted to.
Now, the golf great's personal life making headlines again, as disputes in his latest relationship play out in court.
Woods and Herman have been quietly caught up in this messy legal battle for months. It's only now just coming to light because of these new documents. Woods has until the end of March to respond to Herman's latest complaint. Guys.
All right, Kaylee, thank you. We want to turn now to NBC's senior legal correspondent, Laura Jarrett. Laura, good morning. And we need you because this is actually quite complicated.
It's messy.
So let's go issue by issue. The first issue has to do with arbitration. She does not want to settle her legal claims via arbitration. Explain what it is and why she doesn't want that.
Right. Arbitration agreements are super common. There's nothing inherently bad about them. They're just used to settle disputes, but it's out of court. There's no jury. There's not the same rules of evidence. And usually the employer is the one who picks the arbitrator. And so people think that they're stacked against the employee. In this case, of course, she would rather have her day in court. She'd rather have a jury trial. She'd rather be able to have this whole thing made public. Typically, arbitrations are happening behind closed doors. She doesn't want that.
Okay, and for a public figure, this is a quite important and weighty matter. Yeah. Okay, issue number 2, and this is the one that's potentially explosive. She wants out of her NDA, this non-disclosure agreement that she had with Tiger Woods. And the law she cites to release her from that NDA says you can do it if you invoke sexual harassment or sexual abuse.
Yeah.
What is the implication of this?
Well, so it's sort of an insinuation, but without a lot of facts for us to go on, right? She's invoked the statute, and the statute has no other purpose. It is only used in cases of sexual harassment and sexual abuse. And so the implication there is obviously she has grounds to invoke the statute, but we don't know enough about why. And I think pretty soon a judge is going to want to know exactly how do you think that you can get out of this NDA if you need to have some factual underpinning there, and she's going to have to prove that up pretty quickly.
She will have to do that before a judge. And she says she's got photographs and evidence. The judge will say, all right, well, let's see what you have.
Right.
I mean, separately, though, this is all taking place within the context of this dispute they have about her getting kicked out of the house and whether there's a landlord-tenant relationship, this whole, like, legal world.
Right.
If she's got a sexual harassment or a sexual abuse claim, could she go file a police report or file a civil lawsuit right now?
Absolutely.
Is there anything preventing her?
Nothing preventing
Not the NDA, not anything?
Nothing. And we should be crystal clear about that. There's nothing that would stop her from filing a police report today. Of course, like, you couldn't have an agreement that said you couldn't file a criminal complaint against somebody.
What about a civil suit?
She could do that as well, because the Speak Out Act that's just recently passed says that's totally fine. If the dispute is about sexual harassment or sexual assault, she can file that again today. Nothing stops her from doing that. Now, he might say she has has no grounds, she should lose. But as long as there's a dispute, that's the key there, then she's fine.
So where is this headed exactly? I mean, is this like legal maneuvering behind the scenes that's kind of 3 levels of chess?
It's hard to know because we don't know yet all the facts here, and I think that's what makes it so hard. And a lot of this may play out behind closed doors because of the NDA. She may say, I don't want to file a police report. I'm afraid of getting sued over it. She may decide to be on the side of caution, and so we won't see all of this, I think, for quite some time.
Okay. All right, Laura, a significant move, though.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.